Oh, guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another massive update, the biggest update that I have ever seen for Ark. And for those of you that are like, yeah, sure, whatever, you always see that, Teach. No, this one's legit. This is crazy. The stuff they are adding is this is like the final push towards Ark 2 for the battle systems that they are adding into Ark. And it's going to be crazy, crazy stuff. Now, what it is, they released this update. If you want to go to their series, you can get it. There's a video with it, and that's all they released, essentially saying they're not going to show us until tomorrow. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let this play in the background just so you can kind of see the beginning half. It doesn't really get super interesting till right about here. I'm just going to like kind of skip through most of the stuff that's playing in the background right now. Basically, it's just like the animated series, which are beautiful screens, and those screens are essentially just showing us what it looks like possibly for Lost Island or Ark 2. Not totally sure. If you ask me, these look like for sure something from the game engine of Ark 2, but I'm not gonna like say that for certain because it's supposed to be the conversation that, well, I'm just gonna say Vin Diesel's daughter is having, and she's gonna have this conversation about kind of like the older Ark events that we know are going on with Mei Yin. I can't remember the other two characters, but there's the new one. That's her mom. I believe that's Santiago's wife, but I'm not totally sure. I don't know the whole story. I need to get into that. And the main character from the actual Ark animated series, right? So anyways, that's what they do in the very beginning. There's some really cool stuff. I mean, it's a little bit goofy with some of the, like, this certainly looks like it's CGI / just AI'd, but I'm not going to get too far into that, right? So we're gonna go ahead and skip past that part. This is what we care about right here. This is where it gets crazy. So check out what we are getting our hands on tomorrow. All right, so this is the Veil Win. It's like some sort of like snow fox looking things. I made a little bit of a video when I accidentally released an update. Yeah, so let's not get into that. But this is the Veil Win. You can see that it's got some sort of teleporting ability. So it goes from one side when this thing is coming at it, and it poofs to the other side behind it. Now, I want to go back and mention that these things, so the cool thing about this that you're probably not going to see that they accidentally gave us is that these guys are going to have the ability to transform once Lost Island actually releases. So kind of a little bit of a fun little thing there. Somehow these are going to transform once it releases into two different options. So you're going to be able to breed them up until Lost Island releases, and then you're going to have like a custom choice, I suppose, once Lost Island releases. And that's the first thing they're adding. This is all for like tomorrow when Ark Survival Ascended Ragnarok gets released. And this is the Drakelings. Now the Drakelings are going to be, obviously they look like wyvern-like creatures with fairy-like wings. Each one of these represents a different season. I'm going to take a wild guess and say this is spring, summer, fall, and winter. But each one of them has why there are 4 of them. Each one represents a specific season. Now, not only that, but each one is going to have custom abilities to that. So that's another really cool thing that they haven't really done before outside of wyverns. I guess maybe Shadowmane / Pyromane. But the 4 unique wyverns with 4 distinct skills is going to be cool because they're like shoulder mounts, it looks like, in some variety, and they have like buffing capabilities. I think this one and the other one have some sort of buffing capability. You can see that this is obviously a chest of some variety. This Drakeling is giving you access to open the chest or lead you to the chest. You can see that it's right there, and it's like, hey, just like, the treasure chest exists, he's somehow opening that chest. Now, this one, you can see, I don't know what it has to do with a Megalo, but you can see that it's like a fireball ability, if you want to think of it that way. It's pretty freaking cool. So like, it's almost like a weapon in your hand, but like not a weapon, just a creature. Now this next one, huge. This one's probably going to be most PvE players, and probably my favorite thing, even PvP players. This is the new building hammer, or the builder, if you want to call it, edition. Essentially, it gives you a device that lets you copy a template that you have already created and name the template. And it basically slaps down a template that allows you to put it in place. And then you can, with the structures that you have, can place them all down so it builds it exactly like you want to, so you don't need to stress it out. Now, the really cool thing, if you're building PvP, you can literally have a pre-built certain type of fob, slap it down so you ain't got to build anything special, and it's already pre-made. For PvE, you can just build like custom structures all the time and then just add them as you go, and it's like already an existing thing. This is a super cool thing that I think they should have added a long time ago, but this is huge news. I love that they added this crazy thing that they should have done a long time ago, and it's going to add a lot of, not flexibility, but it's going to add a lot of ease of quality of life. I think it's a good way to put it. That's not the only quality of life thing though. This is going to get crazy. So this is the expansion pass early edition. You're going to have access to this skill tree. Now, Ark does not have a skill tree, has never had a skill tree. Some of the mods did, which was kind of cool. This is crazy. Now, this is genuinely going to change the game, because look at this. You take 10, 20, or 30% reduced fall damage when you suffer fall damage, and you knock back enemies within 10 meters of you. That's crazy. So for PvP, I'm sure there's going to be some really cool things that come out of this, and you can see that you can like customize, and then there's the actual ability that it looks like right there. I want to go back to that because they gave us a quick sneak peek at a few other ones. You can see that Essence Eater is one of them. So people, I would assume this means that people don't get Essence when you drop them, or it just goes into your inventory. Curse Reflection, so there's some sort of curse that goes out. Hot Blooded, there's Spirit Rush, Smoke Magician. I don't know what that's going to mean, but it looks like they're adding a bunch of cool little custom skill trees that you can add. Now, there are skill point numbers. There will be a maximum number of skills, so you can't just have everything, I would assume. So that's going to be interesting to see how they do. I assume Mind Wipe will let you do it, but that's a like this right here is going to be huge for Ark. So keep that in your excitement tree if you want to. So that's that right there. Obviously, there's the ability. Now, I want to mention that this is the tech sword. That's a tech sword right there of some variety. And yeah, it's there, but it's not in the game right now. So we'll see if that gets added in. All right, here is a crazy one. There was a mod that was released recently off of building underground that essentially allows you to build like a tunnel under the ground. I don't know how much lag this is going to cause on servers, but it's a tech bunker. Now, it basically lets you have underground storage. Now, you can literally go under there. The mod allows you to go under the ground and store things there and literally exist under the ground in the mesh, mind you. So there's going to be probably plenty of problems with that. But you can see right here that this is what it looks like. And you have this interface, looks just like the mod, honestly. And you can build that many layers, 9x9 it looks like. So that's a huge zone. And the modules in some variety allow you to build under the ground. Now, whether or not you're going to be, and you can see that it digs it out right there. And then, yeah, I don't know quite what that's going to, and then I'm going to go ahead and go back because there's a very important part. Teleport to last visited module. So you can teleport. It doesn't look like it's opening a direct pathway. So it's going to be something under the ground as you go. So we'll see how that actually goes. But that's a huge addition. Like already the things that I'm showing you, like these are massive changes to the game. So kind of crazy. And this is what that tech bunker looks like under the ground. So you can see this is a 9x9 thing and it's an underground storage chamber. I don't know if this means it's completely safe or not being raided, because there's got to be a way to raid it. Not sure how though, maybe. I don't know. It's definitely gonna change PvP for sure. Maybe PvE too, so you can hide stuff a little easier without having to have just crazy changes and things. But you can see this guy right here. It looks a little bit goofy, honestly. This is the cosmetic dark skins, or if you want to say the dark tech, and this is going to add like the kind of Lost Island, not Lost Island, whatever the new map is. You know what I'm talking about. Those kind of skin styles to the things. That's a tech sword. So yeah, I assume they're adding tech sword in, which we didn't know about a couple of seconds ago. That's a really cool thing. And that's all for the Lost Colony. Now, that's a ton of stuff. Oh, there we go. So yeah, the Mayan, that's the one of the actors. The Helena Walker, that was the girl that was walking around. Mika, I believe, is the girl. I don't know. Oh, there's a Lost King, so that's interesting. I haven't seen the second season, so I'll have to catch up on that. But obviously, tons tons of stuff getting added in. Game-changing, meta-changing things are being added in. I know it's expensive, $30, but you don't have to buy this. It also doesn't come out. I mean, you can get some of the things now. Okay, so you can actually see the size of this guy. He's like half the size, so it's a good size, like a, not dire wolf, but not much smaller than a dire wolf. So a lot of changes coming tomorrow. Everyone should be pretty stoked about it. I am, but yeah, take that for what you will. But massive changes incoming, so hopefully you're excited for that, because I am. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. But anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach out.